Hello, Miss Holly. Miss Holly Holly. All right, I'm getting my phone. Look at this cool little easel that came in I think it came in a game. A oh, what's that roadshow? Antiques Roadshow game. And I'm going to hang my phone on it so I can keep an eye on chat closer to my face. Let's see if that works. If you hear a crash, you know it didn't work. My easel fell over. But I'm going to sit that right there. Good morning, Miss Peggy. Good morning, Candy. Hi, Angie. Girls, I've been feeling like building a journal. I've been kind of putting that on the back burner. I'm getting antsy. So I thought I'm just going to pop on. Hey, little sister. Cheryl. I got to try to remember some names I'm remembering very well. Other names I struggle with. Cheryl, I know, but I think it's Tori's name. I have a struggle. I always forget who Tori is. She's the Artful Dabbler, maybe. Anyway, good morning, ladies. So I'm going to start with a cover, and I apologize for my fingernails. I took my eyeballs off. For those of you that were in the hop the other evening, I had eyeballs painted on my nails. So I took those off and didn't have a chance to slap on some black nail polish. So we're just going with ugly fingers today. I got my nail appointment time confused, and the gals were busy, so they couldn't fit me in. So my plan is I just have this little square Thomas Kinkade cover. I ripped out the guts. Don't ask me where they are, but I've got those somewhere, and I'm going to see if I can do this. Let's see here. I'm looking for a piece of chipboard that is a little stronger. Here, this piece might do me. Because I want to make the spine a little wider than it is. This is really narrow, as you can see. But I think it was Lisa from Lisa My Eclectic Life. I think I saw this on her channel one time. Oh, Ange, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you can get a little nap in today. And so I'm going to push this all the way out to where the book creases. And I'm going to glue in a piece of chipboard to keep that wider. So it gives me a little more to work with here as far as making a block of pages, right? So my least favorite thing to do, measure. So I'm going to come in here and measure this. So it looks like about 1.25 inches. I'm just going to go a little shy of that because I need for this to be able to bend. And I want to get this in place before I decorate the cover. So, and then I need it to be end to end. About 7.25. And I just noticed here that's a little chunked up and not so nice right there. So I probably should wrap some fabric too, but I can always wrap that around the board. Okay, so what did I say? 7.25 by 1 and not quite 1/4. So I've got, let me just lift my little project idea things up here. And I'm hoping to keep the project and knock down that glare on my work surface. This glass mat is great, but the glare for when you're recording, not so much. So But I want to use matte medium and all that jazz, so I wanted to keep my glass mat here so it'll be easy to clean up. So I just put the ruler away, and I guess I can use this mat. So if I get my pencil, don't mind me. This is just, girls, this is just how I work and think, and it's not always the best. So I want a piece that's 7 1/4, I said. So let me mark here. I'm just using this grid on my glass. You can't really see me. I'm down here drawing a line. And then I want this to be, see, these little blocks are 1 inch. So I want it to be just shy of 1 inch and 1 1/4 inches. Just a little bit. So I'm going to mark it there. And then I'm going to get a ruler. Cheryl's left already? Oh, Cheryl. Well, thanks for popping in. Maybe she'll come back. That would be great. Okay, let's see. Got to go do something. All right. All right, let's see here. All right, so I need a little metal straight edge kind of a thing. Okay, so I've got this little metal ruler. I'm just gonna, now my X-Acto knives are very dull. Can't find my blades. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut through this. Holly, would you let Sharon know that I'm on? I just saw that a little message popped on. Thank you, dear. Dear Holly. Okay. It's rainy here in New Jersey. Well, South Jersey, I should say. That's what I'm considered, South Jersey. I don't really feel South Jersey because I'm really kind of a couple hours from the, thanks Holly, from the major shore points. I mean, I can get to a little shore point in about an hour, like Ocean Grove, Asbury Park. They're only about an hour from me. Good morning, Miss Sharon. And but like Ocean City. Hi, little gypsy. Nice to see you this morning. Thanks for coming in. Cape May. Cape May is like 2.5 hours from me, so I don't really think of myself as South Jersey, but that's what they say we are. But it's very rainy here, and I've been itching and itching to start a journal. So I thought today would be a good day to do it. So I'm just going to line this up, hoping that my measurements are somewhat accurate so I don't have to do it again. And for those of you that are just popping in, what I'm doing is cutting a piece of chipboard to fit down in my spine to increase the width of my spine. And sometimes I don't get it quite right, and then I'm like carving off a little bit here and there, but hopefully I can make this work. And you don't have to do this, but I wanted to be able to put more signatures in. See how dull this knife is? I mean, I'm sure it would gut me, but oh my gosh, I have blades somewhere. Obviously, my organizational skills are not working, if you know what I mean. I usually ask my hubby to do this because he's got one of those great big box cutters, and then he's got a great big straight edge, and of course he's 6'4", and he's got a massive hand. So he can just go, whoop, and it's done. But I didn't think ahead, girls. Oh my goodness, I'm way off on the, oh no, wait a minute, maybe I'm not. So this goes here like that. I see how much it down. Yeah, it's just a little smidge tight. So here we go. We're gonna oh really, Candy? Well, that's an idea. Or I guess, you know, we do have a thing in the kitchen to sharpen blades. I guess it would work on that too, right? That's an excellent idea. Now I'm eyeballing this, so hopefully this is somewhat straight. Let's see. Oh yeah, that came off pretty well. Frigid blankets. Oh, that sounds interesting. Cool. Okay, Gypsy, that's great. I don't know what a frigid blanket is, but I'm very curious. All right, I think I can get that down in there. I think that'll do me. And of course, I'm off on the length as well. Now see, I've got a little bit of damage here, a little bit of nyet right there. So I'm going to straighten that off. Just going to mark it. And that'll be easy to whack that off. I'm just going to whack it, girls. Oh, good. Glad you're back, Cheryl. All right. Now, the other thing is I keep throwing my trash on the floor because I'm in the process of making room under my desk to store more stuff. And I moved my trash can. If it's your blanket and something that I'm making with people. Oh, that's so sweet, Gypsy. Lovely. All right, so I have some ideas on how I want to do the cover. But I wanted to get this little spine piece in first. And I'm going to use my, oh, lovely. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac. I haven't used it in a while because I haven't been making any journals. Don't know what I've been doing. Other stuff, I guess. Instead of ripping this little piece out, I'm just going to glue that down. And I'm going to put, now the Fabri-Tac, now this is all by Beacon. This one's not actually Fabri-Tac. It's called Magnatac. And I bought a load of these. And they told me it was the same as the Fabri-Tac. So, and it does work very well, just like the Fabri-Tac. It positions itself and you can glue it down without any slipping quite easily. Now see, where's my other little bendy part right there. So I'm just going to use this. And then it stays down really well. And then I want to make sure I get this in right where I want it. I I think that'll be good. Okay, so I'm just going to take a couple of, oh, you know what? I don't have the right size, but let me just grab this little clip for just a few moments. I'll clip that down. Try to keep that where I want it. Oh, I should have another one sitting here. I do have littler ones. And I did just see them. I know it's not in that can. Oh, here it is. Yeah, let me do this little guy. This would be better because I'm not going to do anything with the spine right off. These little guys are hard to squeeze sometimes. All right, so my idea was maybe to put down some ledger paper and napkin. And I have some old ledger paper somewhere, but I didn't feel like digging for it because by the time I got some of my supplies together, I didn't feel like fussing around with it. So, all right, I think I'm going to be okay with that. So I thought, well, why not a dictionary paper? So I got out a piece of dictionary paper. And then I was thinking I'd like to use some of these tiles that I put together to decorate the front. I'm making the puffy pictures from John Deere green fabric that I had. Oh, cool. That sounds cool. Oh, Marlo, save me some of those pancakes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I just had a cracker. All right, so not sure how this is going to go, girls. And I like to theme my journals when I put them together. So I have no idea where this is going, where this is headed. So I thought, well, I got some new napkins in. So of course I'm thinking I want to use one of those new napkins. But I want the dictionary paper to show through, but I don't know that I want all of it to be covered with dictionary paper. So this may be a little too busy. See, I'm thinking I want it to work with that. So I think this one's not going to work for me. Oh, Ange, I didn't realize you popped out. Welcome back. Holly's in the corner already. Ooh, not good. But I think this little guy might work. Okay, so I'm going to peel my napkin apart. And I think I want to, of course, ink the edges of my dictionary paper. See, I can't talk and peel this napkin apart at the same time. Okay. All right, here we go. I know. I have this one. Well, I had it in, I think what they call the luncheon size. This is the hostess size. Did I, girls, or did I have cocktail? What does it matter? Hey, Deb. Good morning. Thanks for popping in. See, now look how cool this is. See, I'm taking this napkin apart, but see the second layer under, I might even use that. Look how freaking cool that is. I don't know. I don't know why this stuff like that really kind of gets me going, but I don't know. I guess I'm just easy to Easy to please. My mother used to say, I never have any problem buying Lori a present. She's easy to please. Well, as long as it had anything to do with any kind of coloring or art, I was a happy kid. Yes, Holly is anti-coffee, which is so sad, really. Sad. All right, so here's my idea. I'm just going to tear some of this dictionary paper and just start laying some of it down, seeing what I like, ripping and tearing. Yes, great subtle background for sure. And I don't think I want this big of a chunk. I kind of like when it's wider at the bottom. Now, all of this may not stay, of course, you know. No, we tease Holly. She likes her Coke. We call that her coffee. That's how she gets her caffeine fix. So, Holly will make coffee for money. There we have it. You don't hear any voices. Everybody else, does everybody else hear me? I don't have my mute on, do I? Deb, do you have your mute on? Holly or Sharon, could you let me know if you can hear me? Oh, I like Pepsi too, Cheryl. My family's a Pepsi family. Just checking on the sound for Deb. Okay, thanks, Peggy. All right, Deb, maybe your mute's on or maybe your volume could be down. And if your picture's not clear, you can go into your settings on that little wheel. Okay, Ange, thank you. Does anybody else have any suggestions for Deb? Deb, you may have to go out and come back in. Yeah. Holly, we're thinking the same. Okay, that might work for it. Let us know, Deb. All right, so I'm going to put that here, I think. And now I think I want the napkin over top of my oh, that was good, dictionary paper. Did I ever tell you the story of the time I was doing the bracelets? I was decoupaging bracelets with pieces of paper, like scrapbook paper, cut tiny strips. Actually, I think I was using napkins, my neighbor Betty and I. Now, at this time, Betty was, I think, we'll say 87, 88, okay? And we would get crafting. We'll be like schoolgirls, okay? Giggling and carrying on. So we had all these strips of paper cut, and the idea was to put them around. See, this was your bracelet blank. Put your pieces of napkin around and lay them out in order. Pick them up, put down a strip, glue it down with your matte medium or whatever glue you're using. Put your plastic wrap on top, smooth it out, put the next piece. So we're getting prepared. And I said to Betty, whatever you do, just don't breathe heavy because it's going to, well, when I said that, she cracked up and all the tissue paper, all the napkins went, woo. And, well, needless to say, we started over because the pieces were so little. I don't think I mind if it goes on its side. All right, I'm gonna start gluing these down. That's not true. I'm not going to glue them down. I'm going to ink them first. Rinky Dink ink. I remembered. Let me find a piece of. Just going to use this chipboard, I think. And of course, then I won't remember where I had them. This doesn't matter. All right, I was straightening out my inks the other day, and I thought, ooh, I have a couple colors I wasn't sure. I didn't know that I had. So I'm going to use this morning my. Now I know this is not. It's going to move a little bit, but I'm really okay with that. I'm going to use this tea dye color, Distress Ink, in the Tim Holtz line. I've got to grab a blender. This one's beat up pretty well, so let's see how this works. It's just going to give me a little. It's not a real deep. Oh, but it does. It has a little bit of a. It has a little bit of a reddish tone to it, which really works quite nicely with my. I don't know if you can see. Let me see if I can. Now, usually I don't have too much trouble with this. Maybe if I put my. Am I too wiggly? Am I too wiggly? What else do I have that I can? That's not going to work. Look how crazy this is. Maybe it'll focus on that. Well, it's not going to do it. Sharon, are you laughing at me? Because I can't get it to focus. But it's brown, but it's got a little red tint to it, which really works quite well with my plan here to use my red cover. That guy over there. It does look like tea. It looks like tea. Oh, that Timmy. He's something, isn't he? Can you imagine having a Sharon, you're mean. You're very mean to me. Whoa, that curled. Curling. Okay, so the other night when I was doing the eyes and I used my white marker pen, please understand, I do wash my hands. I just don't dig and scratch to get this jazz off. So I have washed my hands in case anybody's wondering. That chick never washes her hands. I do. I should keep a little scrubby thing. I wish I could find, what's that thing that Dee Dee always talks about, that it's a piece of like gray, hard gray foam or something, and you can clean off glue and paint from your fingers. I don't know if they make that anymore. I've never found it. That's what I need. Yeah, well, that's because you never wear your... Sharon thought it was glitter. That's because she never wears her glasses. She's in denial. She doesn't think she's as old as she is. She thinks she's still a freaking kid. Sorry. Now it's my turn to be mean. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Oh, that's a good idea. I don't go to the supermarket that often. My husband does everything. Girls, without using the terminology, I guess I am a princess. My husband does everything. So I don't really go to the grocery store that often. I might need that little guy. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's put that aside. And now let's go back to this. I got animated here. I know I wanted a piece down here. And this I had a little crooked. This I think I had up in the corner. Although that might look good. No, I'll leave it there. And this little guy. This little guy I didn't ink. There's always one. Standing behind the door. Never doing what he's supposed to. Ranger Scrubby Stone. They came out with a new one. Oh, did they, Peg? Okay, I'll have to check that out. You should see my videos when the psoriasis is up. Oh, I'll have to check out. I didn't realize, Deb. I have to. Deb, what's your channel? Is that the name of your channel, Deb's Crafting Room? I don't know if I've subbed to you. I try to sub to everybody that's in our streams. Holly, isn't it a little early? I mean, where you are, isn't it a little early for a mini ice cream cone? Okay, I don't want this too close to my spine because then I'm probably going to wrap fabric around. So let me move this guy up and let me go this away. This away, this away. All right, here we go. I'm ready to go. Now I need to find a brush that I want to designate to my glue jar. Okay, so I have this jar where I put my glue brushes. That's the name of my channel. Okay, great, guys. If you haven't subbed to Deb's channel, make sure you check her out. So I'm going to just use this little number here. Anyway, I had a little jar, and it never occurred to me to rinse your glued paintbrushes in your water before you then put them. Okay, Ange, maybe we'll see you a little later, honey. Try to get some rest today and rinse them out. Never too early for ice cream. Yeah, I guess you're right, Candy. Well, my glue jar here, oh my goodness, was it gross? Was it ever gross? So I finally got it cleaned out, mostly. There's another little. So now what I'm going to do is rinse my glue brush out first and then put it in my jar of water to keep them always in water like Dee Dee does, because that is very convenient and I find that very helpful. Okay, now I'm just going to squirt some of this matte medium out on my glass work area. I think it's time for me to order some more golden matte medium. Now I do have some of that mixture that Tanya McGuire makes with the glue all. But I'm a little nervous using that for outer surface stuff. All right, so I'm just going to paint this on, flip it over, and stick it down. Now remember, girls, I have no rhyme or reason here. I'm just winging it. Hey, Pop Pie's here. Hey, Barb. Good morning. I guess it's morning. I don't know. You're in Canada. Is it morning for you? I think so. I can't keep all these time zones straight. And I don't care if these are really cattywampus or anything, because I'm mostly wanting the napkin to cover. And I may get to where I don't really think my tiles work with this, but I'm going to lap this right around the edge here. I love when things stick out or wrap around the corner. I want this word animated up here. And I don't want it too heavy with the newsprint. I shouldn't say newsprint. I should say dictionary page. Holly, did you or Sharon, did you guys put in Deb's channel? All right, so let's do that. Just give that a little minute to dry, I think. I'm hooked on the Blue Bunny mini swirl cones with caramel inside. Well, who wouldn't be? Okay. Those commercials with the Blue Bunny with all the chunks of stuff in it. Oh my gosh. I got to find it. I need to. Okay. I need that like I need, okay, a hole in the head. Or if we were not on a channel for a lot of different people, I would say something else. But I mean, I need that like I need, oh, girls, I can't even tell you. Okay. So I think I'm going to use my second sheet of napkin. I like ice cream with chunks of stuff in it. Nuts, pretzels, you know, all that jazz. Thank you, Holly. All right, girls, don't forget to check out Deb's channel if you haven't already. I'm thinking layering for this. And I'm not so concerned about the spine because I'll put some kind of fabric, I'm pretty sure. So that, and it's going to look different once I... Oh, thanks, Sharon. Yeah, I'm coming down the wire of getting enough hours to be monetized. Not that I think that's going to be a huge source of revenue, but I think if you're into this YouTube thing, it's just like another check mark, you know, another thing to accomplish. Like, you know, you try to get your 1,000 subbies. So I'm just under 100 hours needed. All right, so I'm not sure how the little crinkly part of the napkin would look down there, so I'm just gonna tear that off. Another goal, right, Peg? Another goal. All right, I'm going to scoot that over. And I'm going to tear this here. Now, I'm really not so concerned about this being, you know, real smooth. Of course, it's a napkin. It's going to be a little lumpy and crunchy. But I wanted it to be maybe a little smoother than normal. So I'm going to use a piece of plastic wrap once I plop down my napkin, once I get my medium painted on. So I'm just going to get a piece of plastic wrap ready. And it doesn't have to be the good stuff. Just stuff from the dollar store works, you know, really well. So I have that at the ready. And I hope hopefully it won't stick to itself, because you know it never sticks where you want it. It always sticks where you don't want it. Holly, even how warm is it there, Hall, today? I was thinking maybe it would dry a little faster, but yeah, you got a lot of paint on there, kid. It's going to take a little while. Going to take a little while. Holly's doing the challenge with Lisa and Lisa My Eclectic Life and Tanya McGuire. All right, girls. I'm just going to take my medium, squirt some on. And this is kind of dry already because I didn't put it on real thick. And I'm going to just spread it around. And then I'll plop my napkin down, put my plastic wrap on top, and I'll be able to smooth it out, I think, fairly well. So I'm going to put this down very gently. It's still going to be wrinkly, let's face it. But it does take, I mean, it does help with getting it on a little smoother and not tearing your napkin to bits. See, and it's just real subtle over top of that. Let's see. It's in the sun. It's about 74. Oh, it's cool there today. Hey, Cheryl. Cheryl, what you got going on, girl? You cooking? What are you up to? Inquiring minds. Okay. Now you could leave it dry like this. Of course, you can also stretch your plastic. See, this is how you do the bracelets. I have to do a bracelet sometime. And you can pull this tight, and it does help stretch your napkin a little bit. So you could leave it dry like that and then peel it off later. But, you know, I'm always too anxious. So I'm just going to go ahead and peel that off now. And then I'm going to flip it. This is dangerous. But because of my workspace limitations and because I have a blob of glue over here, I'm going to flip it. But I want to make sure that my napkin goes down correctly, like, you know, not upside down. Done that before. So I'm going to just squirt on my, that's probably a little too much, medium. $63 in Maryland. Oh, that's where you are. Yeah, it's about that here too, I guess, Deb. And oh, the raining stopped. I think ours is taking a break. It was really coming down this morning. The dogs do not like it. All right. So I've got my napkin facing the right way. Oh, drinking a little coffee. Okay. I thought maybe I had something good in the oven. So we have a little garden stand not too far from our house. They have lovely things there. And they dip ice cream. They've got a little bakery. You can get fresh fruits and all kinds of yard stuff. And I was hungry for pie. So I thought I'd stop in our grocery store. You can get a half of a pie or maybe a slice. So we didn't need a whole pie. So I thought, well, maybe they have something like that. I mean, they've got wonderful, wonderful apple cider donuts and crumb cake, you know, muffins, all kinds of homemade bread, all kinds of good stuff in their little bakery. So I thought, I'll stop in there, see what they got in the way of a pie. Well, they didn't have any little pieces. Like you can get a little square of crumb cake. It's to die for. I mean, it really is good. But I was looking for pie. So they didn't have any pieces of pie, no half pies. So I go into the bakery part to check out the pie. Girls, I'll tell you what, I've lived with my husband too long. I'm just too, I mean, they wanted $15 for like an 8-inch pie. I just couldn't do it. I mean, I could do it, but I have to make my own darn pie. Okay. Okay, so now while this dries, I'm thinking what I want to do is now take some napkin of the same design of the top layer and maybe just skunk or roadkill. No, it doesn't, Hall. Actually, Holly, I thought maybe you were doing an upside down person because if you look at it, I think you can kind of see some faces in there. Hold on a minute. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. If I take my phone, I know, $15 for a pie. It wasn't even like in some of the clubs, you know, like your BJ's and those places, some of those pies, okay, they look like manhole covers. Am I wrong? No, I'm right. They look like freaking manhole covers. All right. So paying $15-20 for one of those, you could feed an army. All right. You know what I'm saying? But this was like a little 8 or 9-inch pie. I mean, come on. I know it was probably scrumptious, but I just couldn't do it. Okay, so I'm going to go off of here. And I'm going to go to see where Holly sent me a picture of her. Okay, here's her journal that she's doing with Lisa and Tanya. And that's what she's got drying. Look at all that paint, girls. Is it? See, my hand's a little shaky. Let's see. Don't be laughing at me, Sharon. I put my finger in there. I just can't get it to, but you can get the idea. But see, like right in here, it looks like an upside down faces to me, like two people that are looking at each other. See, it looks like a little forehead. Can anybody else see that? Cool. I think it looks cool. All right, now I'm going to get back to my chat here so I can. All right, let me hang my little phone back. All right. Okay, so I'm going to let this dry a little bit. And then I'm going to take little portions of this napkin to brighten up the cover a little. Oh, I never even thought to look for pies at Walmart. I mean, usually I do. Here on the East Coast, we have Tasty Cakes, and their pies are just fine for me. And I know you're going to pay more at a stand like that, but I don't know. I just had in the back of my head my husband saying, "You paid what for that?" Okay, now I don't want it to be all yellow, so I need to pick out some other, and I might overlap. Look, there's a bug. This looks like almost like a, oh, I guess that's a dragonfly with his wings in. When's the last time you seen a dragonfly with his wings in? Now, this might be a little weird looking by the time I get this done. Oh, do they? Candy, I have to look. I never looked for mini pies. But that's where I go, ShopRite, and they have where you can get a half of a pie. And then two, you can get, a variety. You can get a whole pie, but you can get two halves and then you get a variety. Okay. I need to be talking about pies like I need, another hole in my head. All right, I'm going to put this dragonfly down here. And let's see. Oops, sorry, girls. I whacked the camera. I kind of like that spidery looking. The bakery section. Yeah, that's where I get the half pies and stuff, but I never noticed the minis. I'll have to look for minis. I'll have to look for the minis. Maybe that. See, I really like that one too. Let's take this guy and add him up there. Well, I don't want that piece of torn. And then I'm going to take this, kind of reminds me, not really of a Black-Eyed Susan, but kind of, because there's not the black eye, but that might be okay. Whoop! See, I did a little deep breath and whoop, 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 away it went. And I think I want, I'm going to use this crinkled part. No, we should probably move on to carrots. Carrots and, what is my bonus son like? That chickpea stuff. Carrots and hummus. All right, let me take these clips off. And I'm going to go across the top here, I think, with a piece of that. I'm not sure this is going to look, it might look okay. Might look a little eclectic, but that's okay. I'm okay. Let me go out and come back in. All right, let's see. Let me. All right, let's see. Am I here? Am I back, girls? Let's see if I see myself moving on my phone. Am I back? Am I back? Gosh, I don't know what to do about that. We're back. All right. There's an ugly thumbs up for you. Thank you, girls. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So I'm going to put some of this. I think I want to put the this down. All right, I'm going to end this broadcast because we have a lot of buffering and we're going to start a new stream. So if you're watching the replay, I hope you check out part 2. Thank you.